Alright guys, what's going on? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our Columbus Blue Jackets GM mode. So last episode we started off our new regular GM mode, like our Dallas Stars GM mode, and wanted to get your guys' opinions on what you think we should do with the Columbus Blue Jackets, if we should rebuild this team or go for the cup run out of year one. And a lot of you guys were suggesting to do a rebuild, but I'm going to have to counter that argument, and I will give my explanation why, don't you worry. What I was thinking for Columbus was I wanted to maybe do kind of like the exact same thing I did with Dallas, because they have the exact kind of same setup I'm looking at, where we could try to make a cup run for the first couple months, but then if nothing really works out, then we could go start to uh, turn into the rebuild that we want. Now, a lot of you guys were suggesting, as I was reading your comments, and there were a ton of them. A lot of you guys were saying, "Oh, yeah, like trade Gabrick, and get like Drouin and guys like that, and McDavid and people like that." Now, and I would be all up for like trading Gabrick, but like the way I view my GM modes is guys like Drouin and stuff like that. They get good just from my personal self, just watching other GM modes, and and seeing him in my GM personal ones getting really good. So I really don't want to like just take the easy way out. Like that's what everybody wants to do. If you want to rebuild, you trade for like Drouin, stuff like that, and he'll get good. I like to do my things the unconventional way. Get the unconventional players that you think would really want to help your team. You don't want to just always go out for those stud guys. I always like to do it a different way and try to trade for guys that are better suited for the team, rather than just going out and getting that amazing stud that will help the team in the future. I'd rather experiment with my own GM modes, as you guys will see. So we'll try to do a mini rebuild right now. See if we can get this team ready for a cup run at a year one. So what you guys were definitely suggesting was we need a playmaker for either the first. Well, we need a playmaker for the first line. Dubinsky and Umberger are not going to cut it. Dubinsky could probably stay in the center. I also could move him to the wing or whatever, but I'm more looking towards probably Dubinsky still staying on this line, just because he is still pretty good. He's a decent two-way forward, 85 overall two-way forward. He's got an amazing defensive category, and 80, like pretty much mid-80s everywhere for puck moving skills and whatnot. RJ Umberger would probably get dropped off to the second line or something like that, because he's still pretty good. I like all these defensive players for that Columbus has. It'll be a good like penalty killing team. As also they'll be able to keep the puck out of the net. So, but you guys definitely think we do need a top tier first line playmaker to start us off, and there were two pretty good suggestions. So I'll go look into those right now. So let's go to GM options, trade negotiations, trade players. Oh, excuse me. So the first player on this list that I think a lot of people were suggesting that I go get, and that would be Mr. Mike Ribeiro. So Mike Ribeiro, 82 overall playmaker, 33 years old, 4 gold stars. He's got great puck moving skills, upper 90s and everything. He's a fast skater as well. Shooting category, not the greatest. Defense, not the greatest on defense either, but his senses category is good. He's got 90 for offensive awareness. This guy would be a perfect person to put with Marian Gabrick or whatever to feed him the puck. So he was one person to possibly go out for, and I like him just because his trade value is low. He's 33 years old. The only problem is that $5.5 million contract for another 4 years. So that's going to be a definite. That's maybe a hurt. So I'm not sure if I'm all up for trading for Mike Ribeiro, but just because of his contract is kind of ridiculous, and I don't know if I could handle that salary for a rebuild. So he's still one option to go for. The other option that everybody was suggesting would be to go after Nicholas Backstrom. Now, if I wanted to go after Nicholas Backstrom, like I said, great playmaker, great playmaking, super sweet center, good defensively, good offensively, as well as a fast shot, good puck moving skills. Nicholas Backstrom is definitely one of those good playmakers that you kind of want to have. The only problem I have with him is his trade value is actually pretty damn high. So if we wanted to make a trade pretty much for Nicholas Backstrom, I have to kind of think out what our prospect wise would be and who we would be able to give up. Now, if we take a look at our skaters match in the block for our top guys, so Bjorkstrand, I kind of want to keep him. Johnson, I'm obviously keeping. Tootin, Feder Tootin, I probably have to keep Feder Tootin around if I want to make this immediate cup run. So I'm going to try to keep Feder Tootin around. Murray's staying. Johansson's staying. Moutre, Jenner, and Weinberg would be three possible guys who we could possibly trade for Nicholas Backstrom. Now, if I had to pick any of these guys, I would probably go after Moutre, put him up there, and then probably Weinberg as well, just because they're relatively young. They're 18 years old. We're probably going to only do like a 7-year GMO with these guys anyway. So by the time they could become good, they're probably not going to be good. By the time we're done with the GM, they're probably not going to be getting anywhere anytime soon. They are 4 gold star potential, which is I'm kind of reluctant to trade for them, but I would keep Jenner out of all of them. I would keep Jenner, and Bjorkstrand would definitely stay. So those two guys would definitely stay, just because Jenner's 20, he's already 72 overall. He'll be ready within a couple of years. Eriksson stays, and Nisimov stays, Wisniewski stays. All these guys down here also stay. I wouldn't be. I probably would maybe trade Letestu too with that as well. So if I wanted to trade for Nicholas Backstrom, Moutre would go on the block, and Weinberg would go on the block as well. But I don't think those two guys would definitely add up to a Nicholas Backstrom pick, just because the league's not going to approve this either. Why is it? Salary cap issues? Yeah, I'm highly under the salary cap. So the problem with this also is Columbus is fairly under salary cap wise. So I would need to give somebody back that has a lot of salary. Now, if I would to say if I wanted to give back somebody with a lot of salary, I could give away RJ Umberger, because in a sense RJ Backstrom would be taking RJ Umberger's spot on the first line, so I technically could give away RJ Umberger, and that would definitely be league approved, because Umberger, I think maybe even like Umberger and Weinberg could maybe Umberger and Weinberg or Moutre, because they both have the exact same trade value, would definitely be able to probably get this to go through. All right, so let me think about this. So I could give away Umberger, second line forward. Yeah, he doesn't need to be on the first line, that's for sure. Could get Nicholas Backstrom to either play the center or play the left wing spot. It doesn't really matter. Because what's his faceoffs? His faceoffs are pretty good, right? Yeah, he's got 80 faceoffs, so you could take the faceoffs over Dubinsky. So we could have Nicholas Backstrom right here. I think the Capitals will probably be a good team out of year one, so I could essentially maybe get their draft pick as well. So I'll just throw that in there for right now. All right, so Backstrom in the first. Okay, so we want to trade Umberger. Umberger has the first round pick covered. So Umberger has the first round pick covered. And then we need Weinberg for Backstrom. Okay, Backstrom's trade value, where is it at? Up to about between the A. All the way up to the A. Now Weinberg's and Moutre's added together definitely would not add up to it. So we would need to give probably something else in there. I'd rather not give up my draft picks year one, because I want to kind of draft good if we're going to be a sucky team. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to give up Jenner, and I don't want to give up Bjorkstrand, because Bjorkstrand's trade value is actually really good, and you guys are saying that he does get fairly good. Same thing with Jenner. Jenner gets pretty good as well. So I'd rather not want to trade those guys. Moutre and Weinberg I definitely can let go. It sucks though, because I don't have any defensive prospects other than David Savard. Reichel doesn't have any trade value whatsoever either, so I can't trade him. Hetherington, Chaput, Letestu. I could put Letestu in there. Goaltenders, I could give Dansk away. I could give away Dansk because I have Jeremy Smith as well. That might not be bad. That might not be a bad idea, because I do have Jeremy Smith, who is 24. Dansk would obviously be the better, but we know Jeremy Smith does turn into like a mid 80s, and he can become a starting goalie. So he's like a low 82s, which can get you by for a starting goaltender. So yeah, I think we could throw Oscar Dansk in this as well. So if we throw Oscar Dansk in this, um, let's see. So Oscar Dansk almost has Backstrom entirely covered. We could take off Weinberg maybe, and we could take off Weinberg and Moutre. So let's see about this. So Dansk, Umberger for a first and Backstrom. Like I said, Dansk has good trade value. Where's Dansk's trade value at? Up to? It's almost up to the A. And Umberger probably would probably give Backstrom covered. We probably would have to give up something else as well. Probably something low. Reichel I kind of want to keep because it's 4.5 red stars, so that's good potential to keep. It has to be. I would have to give away either Weinberg or Moutre in this. No doubt I have to give away one of these guys. And if I would have to choose which one I would want to give away, let me see. Weinberg, right wing power forward. Right wing power forward, 18. Okay. Or would I want to give away Moutre? Moutre, okay. Moutre's got a harder shot, it looks like. It looks like he might be a faster skater. They're both on the right wing. 4 stars for both of these guys. Honestly, I think I would keep Weinberg over Moutre. So I'm going to put Moutre into this deal. Like I said, it might be an arm and a leg that we have to go for Backstrom, but I think this definitely would be worth it. So, okay, so let's check this out again. So, Umberger has the first round pick definitely covered, no doubt about that. First round pick goes only like I don't know, like I guess if you push that back, probably like halfway up to the A, and Umberger's has a little bit more than the A covered. So Umberger would definitely would have that covered. Dansk and Moutre, I think Dansk and Moutre would definitely add up to Nicholas Backstrom. All right, so let's see if this will go through because like I said, Backstrom has basically taken over Umberger's spot on the first line. We don't really need Umberger anymore. Dansk, we don't really need. I mean, he would be a great goalie to keep because he is 4 green stars. But we do have Jeremy Smith, and we know that Jeremy Smith can turn out to be a pretty good goalie. And then Moutre, it's just a personal preference of either him or Weinberg has to go. So let's see if this goes through. So RJ Umberger, Oscar Dansk, and Nick Moutre for Nicholas Backstrom and a first overall pick from the Washington Capitals. Will this go through? Yes, it did. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Washington, so we are accepting your trade offer. There we go. So we barely just beat under the cap as well, and we picked up Nicholas Backstrom for our first line. First line, right, either center or left winger, depending on what we want to do with Dubinsky. If I put it on best lines, they want him in the center alongside of Nathan Horton. So that could also be a thing to play as well. So playmaker, sniper, power forward with Nathan Horton. That could be a valiant lineup as well. Okay, so we got a first line center in Nicholas Backstrom. So this would definitely be a nice playmaker to put along there. Now, I also think we need another sniper for this team. Maybe another second line sniper because I don't think Matt Calvert's just ready about yet. I think he would be able to take over the second line sniping position soon, but not like maybe year 2, but definitely not year 1. He can get by as a third line sniper, get him some experience right now, but I could actually check. What is he? Is he technically a third line sniper? Let's see. Calvert. Where are you? Calvert is technically a fourth liner. So playing him on the third line actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Could always move him down and get him first line time in the AHL as well. That's not a bad idea. Let me see. Letestu. Where's Letestu at? Let me go forwards. Where is Letestu at? Letestu, I want to compare him to Skilly. Because Skilly is a sniper, but I think he's better defensively than Letestu is. So Skilly, he's fast. Got mid 80s for shot. Decent puck moving skills. 81, 80, 83. 83, 79, 82. I guess Letestu's a little bit better, and he is a playmaker, I guess. All right, so I'll keep him there for right now. All right, so Nathan Horton, Backstrom, and Gabrick. I like that for the first line. I'm down with that. Dubinsky, Anisimov, and Foligno. 3 two-way forwards on there. Not the greatest. Nothing I'm too excited about there. Maybe I can move Foligno or Anisimov for somebody because Dubinsky is a better center. Well, Anisimov still can get better. He's only 25. He has another year of getting better, so we want to keep Anisimov around. Same thing with Foligno, both of them. They're both 25, and they still have a couple more years of getting better. So I kind of want to keep both of them. Where are they classified as? If they're classified as third liners, I'll play them on the third line. Okay, Anisimov is a second liner, so I'll keep him there. Foligno's a second liner, I'll keep him there, and Dubes is a second line. So we got 3 second liners playing there, so that's good. Johansson's third line, Letestu's third line, Como's third line, Calvert's fourth. Okay. So they're all second line players. But I think I might want to give up one of them in return for another sniper. Not sure if Matt Calvert will work out here or not. I could call up Corey Trop or Skilly to take his place and to get Calvert sometime in the minors, or I could just let him play here, see how he does. It's a difficult decision to make with this team, no doubt. But we did get the one trade done with Backstrom, so that's good. All right, so let me see if I can pull up your guys' comments again really quickly just to double check what you're saying, because we already made the one trade there for Backstrom. So Backstrom is now our new first line center. So that's good. Now the second line. I'd rather not have the second line all two-way forwards. We'll keep Gabrick for 1 year. A lot of you guys were saying to keep Gabrick for 1 year because he probably will drop. No doubt he will drop. Because if we look at the Gabrick's trade value, like if we go to Marion Gabrick's trade value, yeah, see it's really high. It could drop. He has 1 year. He has 1 year left. I forgot we have to re-sign him next year. We could trade Gabrick for a better first line sniper, a younger, better first line sniper. Maybe Drouin isn't a bad idea. I don't know. Maybe you guys are right about this. Maybe Drouin is not a bad idea to have. But I'd rather have like a good first line sniper that could be able to work with Backstrom. You know what? I'll keep Marion Gabrick. I'll keep him for 1 year. I could re-sign him. And then trade him again. I'll take the risk with that. If he drops an overall, that's on my bad. But I think I want to keep him around for 1 year and see how he does. So, just going through these comments, seeing what I am going for. Let's see. People just saying Drouin. Backstrom, we already got him. Foligno first line, I'm definitely not saying that. Defenseman, I'm not sure about defenseman yet. We could make a trade for defenseman. But I think I'm just going to keep the defense the way I have it. And, no, there's nothing else. All right, so let's see what this team can need. All right, let me go back to the line changes for a minute. So I like the first line, like I said. Horton, Backstrom, and Gabrick. I like that. Power forward, playmaker, sniper. It's a good combination to have for a first line. Like I said, second line is all two-way forwards now. So Anisimov, Dubinsky, and Foligno. I want to keep all 3 of these guys. I really do, because Anisimov is going to get better and Foligno is going to get better. I'd rather keep it. If I had to pick between Anisimov and Foligno, who would I rather take? I think I would take Anisimov over Foligno. Yeah, I would. I would definitely take Anisimov over Nick Foligno. No doubt. Dubinsky would obviously stay because he's still a pretty good two-way forward to have there on the second line. And I think we need something there. We could have two-way forwards on the second line. I'm not against that. But I also think maybe another second line playmaker as well. Johansson will be that second line playmaker that we want. So then maybe we need a sniper then. I think we do need a sniper. All right, let's go check out what Foligno's trade value is. Let's go see what Anisimov's and Foligno's trade value looks like. Let's see. So Foligno's is down there. Where's Anisimov's at? Anisimov's is right above him. So yeah, Anisimov's trade value is slightly better than Foligno's. Foligno's not the greatest. 2 years left for Foligno. Yeah, I definitely could give Foligno away. I'd rather keep Anisimov. His contract is a little bit more manageable. 3.2 for 3 years rather than 3 mil for 2 years. Um, I want to kind of get rid of Wisniewski too. I can maybe find a better top four defenseman than Wisniewski for cheaper. But then again, I need some offense. I need some offensive defensemen as well. I need more than one rather than Jack Johnson. All right, so let's see. We're gonna need. Let's see if there's any second line snipers out there that are relatively very very cheap. So for a very low trade value as well. That could be second line. So second line forward, I want potential range, at least 4 stars at least. Put that on medium. Age, yeah, age doesn't matter. 17 to 30 is a good age to look for. And I want shooting category of at least 4.5 stars. Let's see if I can find anybody on that list. All right, so we got the Nuge, Sagan, Lucic, Stahl, Colin Wilson, Simmer, Kadri, Landy, Stewart, Everly, JVR, Toulouse, and Brian Little. Okay, so those are our options right now. We have Brian Little, Yuri Toulouse. Yuri Toulouse is an interesting player. Center playmaker, though. Center playmaker, that's not bad. JVR can make a trade. JVR's a power forward. Everly's not bad. Chris Stewart is a power forward. Landeskog's a power forward. Kadri is a sniper. No, he's a playmaker. Simmons is a two-way forward. Colin Wilson's a power forward. Stahl. Okay, so. And Brian Little is a playmaker as well. I kind of like Yuri Toulouse. Yuri Toulouse is an interesting player. Like he's second liner, 25 years old. He's got 1 year left on his deal as well. We can maybe just do a like kind of a flop for Foligno for Toulouse, trading a two-way forward for a playmaker here because he's got good puck moving skills. He's a fast skater as well. He's got a decent shot. Census category is good. His offensive awareness ain't bad. 4 stars instead of 3.5 for Foligno. No, I'm not against this trade. I'm gonna put him on the block. Let me see. Let me see if I can get Toulouse to go through. So he's got 1 year left, and let's throw up Foligno. Trade values are a little bit off, so we definitely need to add something else into this. I want to add in anything too extreme. Like let me see. What could I add in? What could I add in? I need to trade away an AHL guy so I can sign Hetherington. So I definitely need to do that. Nikitin, Calvert. I kind of need to keep Calvert. Draft picks. I'm not gonna trade draft picks. I could maybe like I don't know. Third round pick would be good. Third round pick would be nice to keep as well. Let's see. Scares match in the block. Foligno and Letestu maybe. And then I could call up Skilly instead. They want Skilly. I could give them Skilly. That would put them too many players on the contract though, or over cap. Toulouse's 84, 4 gold stars. I kind of want like a strict sniper though. Let me upgrade that to 4 and a 5-star shooting. Let me see if I get anybody for that. Sure, shielded, no yields. Okay, low. Okay, let's lower this. How about this? Okay, so we got a lot more forwards to choose from now. Okay, let me search through this list. It's going to be a long episode, boys. Just want to get some views on this first. If not, we'll just stick with the Backstrom trade and be happy with it. So, let's see. What do we got here? Hornquist, Mikko Bodker. Mikko Bodker might not be a bad idea to do. He's another quick skater. he is a sniper. He's 23 years old. 4 red stars. That wouldn't be bad. Setaguchi. Setaguchi's not a bad option either. Like I said, I want a sniper. So let's sort this by trade value. So, yeah, Setaguchi, Bodker, Hornquist. Okay, so those are 3 snipers right there. And that would not be bad. Ooh, Lars Eller. No, I'll skip on Eller. Okay, so Setaguchi, Bodker, and Hornquist. So let's look at these 3 guys. All second liners, which are good. 3 mil, 2 mil, 4 mil. Ooh, Bodker's I like. I like Bodker's contract, and he's young too. And he's fairly young. He's only 23. He's at 83 overall. Phoenix Coyotes, and he is a sniper. He's got 4 stars in the shooting category. Puck moving skills is decent as well. He's a fast skater. Not the greatest physical player. Defense is alright. I can maybe swap a trade there, Foligno for Mikkel Bodker. Yeah, you know what? I think I might be able to swing this here. Let me see if I can pick up Mikkel Bodker for Foligno. All right, so Foligno in. That probably could look like he could go straight up. I'll throw in a 6th and a throw in a 5th. I don't think I could probably get any good picks in from the 5th, but maybe the 4th I'll keep. So I'll see if, yeah, like I said, I need a second line sniper, somebody that can put the puck into the net. Bodker is definitely one of those guys that can do it to work with 2 two-way forwards. And then Foligno, like I said, I just have way too many two-way forwards that I need to give one of them away. Foligno's good, but Anisimov is definitely, I think, going to progress better than Foligno will. And plus, Phoenix wants Foligno anyway. And plus, we're sending him over to the Western Conference, so he's not going to bother us. So let's see if this goes through. Nick Foligno, a 6th and a 5th for Mikkel Bodker. Will this go through? No. Too far off on the table, eh? All right. How about a 6th, a 5th, and a 7th? And I'll throw in an AHL player as well. Somebody you guys want. How about this Larkin guy? Yeah, we can throw in that Larkin guy. Too many players under contract. How about Quenneville? He's not under contract. There you go. You can take Peter Quenneville. So Foligno, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th, and Quenneville for Bodker. Will this go through? No. Still no. Okay. Let's see. Somebody that has trade value. When's that thing start to jump? Starts to jump with Calvert and Hetherington. I really don't. I want to keep Hetherington, but I really don't think I need him. I have Savard, I have Eriksson, and I have Ryan Murray. 3 really good defensive prospects, and I could always just draft more better ones that'll could probably get better a lot quicker than Hetherington will be. So, you know what? I'll switch out Hetherington for one of those things. I'll take off the 7th. I'll replace it with the 6th. And Quenneville can still stay in there. All right, so let's see if this goes through. Foligno, Hetherington, a 5th, a 6th, and Quenneville for Mikkel Bodker. Will this go through? Still no, really? Jesus. I think I am going to have to up it up to a 4th and a 5th. All right, so let's try this now. 4th and a 5th for Bodker. Jesus, man. They really don't want to get rid of Bodker, eh? Like, I thought that was I think it's a fair trade. Let me get rid of the picks. Let me get rid of Quenneville. Let's see. Who's this Anderson guy? This is Josh Anderson. Let's see. Quenneville. Yeah, I don't need that guy. Skilly or Audie Marchero? There's too many players on the contract, because then I need to take somebody back. Which would probably be like Jeff Halpern. See if that goes through. No. All right. I definitely can get that through. I think if I put up a 3rd round pick, that would get through. That would get done. Because I definitely want to make this trade. Get Bodker on the team. All right. So we want Bodker. They want Foligno, which is good. So we'll give them Foligno. How long is Foligno under contract for? Is he under contract for 2 years? Yeah, he's under 2 years. I can retain some of his salary cap. I can, let's see. Let's retain about 5.5 mil of his salary for 2 years. 0.4. We'll do a 0.4 for his salary for 2 years. just for next year. It's actually just for next year. Maybe that'll sway them a little bit. And we'll also throw in Hetherington. Maybe just adding that salary would help out a little bit. Nikitin stays. Reichel stays. Calvert stays. Letestu. Letestu, I think I could maybe give up. Either him or Shot, but Letestu, no. I can't give up Letestu. They have too many players under contract. I have to give them that people that are like not signed like this. That guy. And this guy. And is there any goalies that they wanted? McElhaney, no. I can't give him that Forsberg guy. No. Has to be a draft pick of some sort. I don't want to give up the third. I can probably give up the fourth. All right, so let's see if this goes through. Foligno, Hetherington, Kirko, Quenneville in the fourth, and I'm also retaining .4 mil of Foligno's salary cap. For Mikkel Bodker, will it go through? Still no. Sweeten it just a touch. Okay, so we'll sweeten it just a touch then. We'll take .5 mil for Foligno. And I can always get a third-round pick back. I can get a third-round pick back. I'll get that back, no doubt. So Foligno, .5 mil, Hetherington, Kirko, Quenneville, and a third for Mikkel Bodker. Will this go through? There we go. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Phoenix, so we're accepting your trade offer. Okay, so there we go. Two pretty interesting trades that did in this video. So we got, let's check it out now, coaching options, at the lines, best lines, shall we? So, we made a trade for Nicholas Backstrom, giving away Oscar Dansk, Mutre, and who else did we give? And R.J. Umberger for Nicholas Backstrom. So I think that was a pretty good trade the way that came out. That Washington gets a good goalie that turns out to be pretty good, for Gold Star prospect, and R.J. Umberger. But we get our first-line center, good playmaker to work with Marian Gaborik, and a nice first line with Horton, Backstrom, and Gaborik. Also made the trade for Mikkel Bodker, sending away Foligno, Hetherington, and a third-round pick for Mikkel Bodker. So now we have another sniper on the second line with Artem Anisimov and Brandon Dubinsky. Third line, we can now have Johansson down here as well with Como and Calvert, and then McKenzie, Letestu, and Jared Bull on the fourth line for offense. Defense, like I said, I don't think I'm going to change anything with it, because I think it's still pretty good defense that we could run with right now. Murray and Eriksson will obviously be getting better. And then goaltending, maybe we can just, I don't know if we'll have the salary cap room, but I think we can maybe go sign a better backup than Curtis McElhaney. I might turn automated rotate goalies off just because I don't want McElhaney playing at all. So we'll see about that. But let me know what you guys think of those two trades there for you have Edger, line assistant coaches. Yeah, that's at the minimum. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about those two trades for Bodker and Nicholas Backstrom. I think that was good. Couple trades there. Help us get some more offense on this team. Let me know. And if you also have any more changes to have to this team before we get started, let me know as well. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys next time when hopefully we get started with Year 1 simulation for our Columbus Blue Jackets.